Now Spears to begin the drive. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. On the option, here's Spears. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That second down play nets a -4.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson now. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at about the 14. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And it'll be Titan football. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. Well, they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The Titans at 3-7 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Down to the 10, and he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Right back to Spears. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You talk about this Titan defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. Their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got his big tight end here. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
2nd and 13. Looking left side, and it's complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
19 Lions. 18 Pioneer.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards there for number 15.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Oh, what a move. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 11 more on that one and another first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, look at this Baltimore defense.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number one in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
2nd and 9 now. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play, because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them, because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
He finds Hopkins complete. And some room to work. DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Titans. DeAndre Hopkins, 38 yards. And the Titans are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after here coming up. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 14, Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Now it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Jackson from the shotgun. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds.
downs inside the 15-yard line.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
No gain on the play there. Second down. To throw is Jackson.
That one's taken in by Spears.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Pulling a gain of 3 on the play. And now third down and 6 to go.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On third down, here's Spears.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Here we go, start.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Warriors 70. Ready.
Here's Allen, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
They'll run with Pollard.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Titans add 6 to their lead.
Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's 21-3. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Jackson. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Baltimore.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Now Lamar changing the look. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Hey, Alpha, it's hot!
Out of the gun to give to Spears. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Play action. It's Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
It's a gain of 13, but it brings up 3rd down.
Here's a give to Spears. And he will have a Ravens first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Jackson on 1st down. A short throw caught by Andrews. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This is 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way full steam, and he broke that one up.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs.
Ready up.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Panther 11. Panther 11.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage. Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. That's laid out deep for Rice. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this 3rd quarter at their own 25.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the 2nd half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now this throw caught left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Titans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. On third down, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. So the fake punt, a daring call this deep in their own end, and the end result, certainly not what they were hoping for.
I have to admit I admire their daring, but I actually would like this play called better if it's between the 40s here. The problem is, even if the ball's not intercepted and it's just incomplete, you're still giving away half a field's worth of possession.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
That's complete once again to Hopkins. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Pollard will take this into the end zone for a Titans touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
The Ravens send their punter out now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is fielded at the 7.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd down, Pollard again.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's 3rd down at 4.
Now back to throw.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they have been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25.
Ravens 10. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Pollard going to try the right side.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 45
yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Here's Pollard again. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll drop to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40.
1st and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So they decline it, and they choose to not give him that down back.
And I think that's the key to everything there. They didn't give up any yardage even on the completed pass. Don't give them an extra down in order to try and pick up a first.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Here's Jackson to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he...
Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 10 more there and another 1st down. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Report!
Hand off to Spears. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the 14-yard line.
Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 11. Jackson going to change things up a bit. Jackson on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 74 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Gonna run again here with Pollard. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or 2 if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
79 Broncos. Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Ready.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They're going to look to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess?
Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Walker.
Down the left sideline. And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 49 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it.
They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
A pickup of 10, but it brings up 4th down.
Hey, Alf, it's hot. It's hot.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Let's go now.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
47-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Go.
Now a give here to Pollard. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The Titans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Cup 19. Cup 19.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Tennessee Titans.
Alert. Alert. Check.
First
Check.
and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Rig alert. Rig alert. Let go.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well. To throw is Jackson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
13.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And that'll be caught. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Titans, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town.